What's up, guys? It's Josh and Darcy here with a little bit of educational information. Darcy, I see a lot of these around the dealership. They talk about how White Sands RV has no hassle, all-inclusive pricing. Could you kind of help explain that to the people?
Okay, and this does come up quite a bit, Josh. That people are kind of confused with when I say out the door price, what's actually the out the door price, and the sales price, and negotiating price, and this and that, and
I also see a lot of people come in the dealership saying, well, you're priced a little higher than maybe a competitor down the road,
right?
And I think it's because we have the no hassle, all of our stuff is included. So I just kind of wanted to break that down for the people and just show it to them. Hey, here's what can happen in other places, but here's what'll happen when you come here. This is exactly what our
we try to compare apples to apples and not apples to oranges, like what they might have. There's a lot of creative marketing and pricing out there, so we got to make sure we're all on the right page and everything's getting their deal.
So we got two deals here. They're both priced at $13,999, and now we're going to walk you through kind of how each one can differentiate itself, like from other people, to what White Sands RV does. So go ahead, Darcy.
So like on this particular unit, we have the MSRP at $16,999. They discounted almost $3,000. We came to $13,999.
Right.
They had a dock fee of $599.
Okay. Which a dock fee is
basically like with us, it's going to be freight and prep, but it's basically documentation, because there's a lot of paperwork and titling that all has to go to the states, and all these pages that you sign, we have to control that, especially with financing. It's a lot of time and effort.
Right. Okay.
So as they go on, they have their titling fee, which is fine.
Yeah.
But then here comes the enlightenment.
Here comes the
additionals. They have a government fee for $373.43.
Right.
I don't know what that is, but again, we're looking at another freight charge of $15.95.
Right. So you're paying for the dealership to have their unit delivered.
Yep, exactly. Up above that dock fee or anything else.
Right.
Yeah. And then of course their prep of $89,895.
Right.
And they mentioned a camping package was another $19.95. So
and we're unsure of what these packages include.
Yeah, exactly. And if anything, it might be just all standard equipment. Right. So basically, I had a sales price of $13,900, and with all these inclusions and tax, I came to $26,1169.
So an out the door price of about $6,000 more than what you originally thought you were going to buy the camper for. So that's pretty steep.
That is substantial.
So show us what it would look like if they came to White Sands.
So with White Sands, say we're looking at a 2024 used piece that we had it for $15,000. We discounted it down to $13,999
to match these numbers.
Match the numbers. Yep. We're like doing a comparison. Our dock fee is $485, so very similar to theirs, not too bad.
Yeah.
And then now our tax, Alabama, $5 and a quarter.
Right.
And then we have a small title fee of $18.
Right.
Just to get the tag going. But then that's it, folks. I mean, you add those numbers up, and you're at $15,262.41 out the door.
Right. So for comparison, guys, we were at $20,611 with our other competitors. This one's at $15,262 out the door. So that's purchased. You're hooking up to it, and you're pulling out at $15,262 versus $20,000. So almost a $5,000 difference. Well, it is a $5,000.
Yeah, it is. And not only that, just to help you get along, we get you a $50 gift card at Parts to kind of get you set. We set up a couple things. We do a complete orientation. Now, this is no BS. This is a full-blown with the tech orientation. It may take 30 minutes. It may take an hour.
So explain the orient. So a tech will walk you through the unit.
Exactly.
Show you how everything works, and you'll be able to ask them questions if you have any questions, and they'll walk you through the unit. And I mean that's
It's substantial.
That's pretty impressive on my part.
And we're open to phone calls too, eventually after the sale too.
Right.
I missed something because it's a lot of information.
Yep.
We fill up the LP, check the battery, and then our lovely marketing manager puts this beautiful paperwork binder all together because people lose stuff.
Right.
And there's so many of those items in. And you can take that folder and have notes and whatever, but that's all put together for you. So we're thinking about you in those obvious ways.
We're trying to help you as much as possible.
Exactly.
We're trying to make the buying experience unique.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he mentioned, we fill LP tanks and batteries. I have seen, now we didn't add it on this one, but I have seen other places charge for that.
Yeah.
Sometimes there'll be like a $399 fee just for batteries and LP.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and other fees that are charged.
When we say out the door, that's out the door, and that's kind of why you'll see some of our prices online may be a little higher because we're including all that. We're not trying to hide anything.
Exactly.
Our $13.99 is pretty close to out the door, outside of taxes and a dock fee and a small $18 title fee. Yeah.
You look at, our show price at $13.9. You're at $15.2.
Right.
So not too bad.
Really, $760 of that is taxes. So
no control.
You can't get away from that, unfortunately. So really, you can say, hey, for $500 plus whatever the asking price is, that's your out the door price.
Right.
Because your dock fee and your title, just say $500, and then you got to add your taxes because everybody pays taxes, unfortunately. So.
And then you start here at $13.9 and you jump up to $20, which you have taxes. Again, you got to account for, but still, like if I'm taking a loan, I'm looking at another.
Well, this is if I do the quick math here, and I'm not the greatest at math, but that's almost 35% more than what you thought you were going to pay for.
Exactly. You thought
that when you walked in the camper and fell in love with it, you thought you were paying $13,999 until you got out the door at 20.
Yeah, exactly.
So guys, we just wanted to jump on here and just kind of educate you a little bit, because there is a lot of creative marketing out there, and we get a lot of customers that get into these situations and they come here and find out that we're not like that. And so if you're in the market, like I said, this is you're going to sit down with Darcy just like I did right here. This is what it would look like, and then there's nothing else extra added to it.
No, we don't hide any fees, and there may be some extras or trade information or whatever on there, but we're right straight to our point, to our sales prices, and there's no hitting anything in the agendas at all. So we want to be on your side, you guys. We have a family business, and just being honest with everybody. So that's all it is. We just like to be honest, and so that's why we want to jump on here. Thank you guys for watching, and come see us.